Welcome to Dastaanejewa. Today we are hearing the story Shailaputri on the occasion of day 1 of Navratri. This is dedicated to Maata Parvati, who is also known as Shailaputri. Let's start. Parvati was very tired that day. Whoever said being the mother of the groom was easy was grossly mistaken. Her legs were throbbing in pain from all the excess walking that she had been doing all over the house these last few days. Her husband Shiv, on the other hand, would just sit comfortably ordering everyone from his big chair, screaming around. Parvati, बड़ी बुआ आई है, go receive her. Chandu, cook को बोलो, 1000 more laddus. Parvati, gifts रखवाओ दूसरे कमरे में. God forbid he would ever help. It was beneath his stature, Zamindar, super successful businessman. The rules in the house, all his. Everyone bowed down before him. Parvati kept thinking, Maji. A sudden small trembling voice broke her train of thought. She opened her eyes to see her daughter-in-law standing near her feet at the edge of the bed. The red sari's pallu on her head, neatly tucked at her waist. She was fiddling nervously with her hands. वो भिंडी की सब्जी बनाई थी, एक बार आप चख लेते. Surabhi was her daughter-in-law. Surabhi had also been Shiv's choice. He had not even asked their son Kapil once a yes or a no. It was assumed Kapil will do and will get married to anybody Shiv chose. Today was Surabhi's second day in the house. Sweat droplets adorned Surabhi's round forehead. The red bindi had its own shine. She was still nervously fidgeting her hands. Don't worry, beta. I'm sure सही बना होगा. आप डाइनिंग टेबल पर चंदू को कह के रखवा दो. Let's go. On the dining table, suddenly everyone became quiet. Shiv came and sat down at the head of the table. बाबूजी, थोड़ा भिंडी दूं? मैंने बनाई है. Surabhi asked in a very low voice, as if speaking at a normal tone was the biggest crime in the world. Shiv nodded his head and, with his piercing eyes, stared as Surabhi served him a portion of the dish. Oh God, please बाबूजी को ये पसंद आ जाए. Surabhi kept repeating to herself in her mind. Her hands were trembling with nervousness as she served him the dish. Shiv took the first morsel into his mouth with a piece of chapati. And ये क्या बकवास है? Haven't your parents taught you anything? Learn how to cook properly. नमक भी ठीक से नहीं डला है. Surabhi promptly burst into tears and ran into the kitchen. Parvati was appalled. Couple was shocked. Parvati was more embarrassed at her husband's behavior. Who behaves like this with a new member of the house? She thought to herself. But her mouth could not form those words. 30 years of conditioning. कुछ तो पल निकलता ही है. That night, Parvati could not sleep. That scene at lunch kept playing in her mind over and over again. All she could feel was disgust for her own husband. 30 years back, she had been in Surabhi's shoes. Parvati remembered. Parvati had been the very pampered daughter of renowned Sanskrit professor Shailaputri. But being wedded to Shiv had changed her whole life. Having lost his mother at an early age, Shiv had learned everything about the world from his father. This had made him a very successful businessman and an equally controlling and dominating husband. Parvati had learned the hard way that it was better to do things Shiv's way. Otherwise, the next day, the dining room floor would have broken glass shards, and the servants would have been the spectator to the drama the previous night. She played the part of a supportive, quiet wife perfectly to the T. But somehow, today, the scene at lunch had shaken her up. एक बार वरांडा से घूम के आती हूँ, she thought. Very slowly, she opened the blanket, put her foot down, and tiptoed to the door, closing it lightly, lest Shiv wakes up. As she turned around, suddenly she saw a light from under the storeroom door. इतनी रात के स्टोर रूम में कौन है? चंदू तो नहीं हो सकता. चंदू तो 11 बजे सो जाता है. She thought to herself. She again tiptoed to the storeroom and put a hand on the door. The door was open, and suddenly what she saw was a sari being rustled up and Surabhi jumping from the floor, a flashlight in one hand and a book in the other. वो माँ जी मैं वो सॉरी. अरे सॉरी क्यों बोल रही? क्या हुआ है? यहाँ पे क्या कर रही हो? Parvati took Surabhi's arm and led her to the veranda. They sat in the veranda and Parvati calmed Surabhi down. अरे बेटा, it's okay. अब बताओ क्या हुआ है? Why are you so flustered? Surabhi finally calmed down and started saying how she had been preparing for her CA finals when Shiv had seen her in her dad's shop. Her hand was asked in marriage for couple. मैं ना बोलना चाहती थी, बट बाबूजी ने बोला कि वो पापा को थोड़ा सा हेल्प कर देंगे. हमारी ज्वेलरी की शॉप ऑलरेडी बहुत लोन में है ना, और मेरे तो भाई भी नहीं हैं, तो आई थॉट दिस वाज द राइट थिंग टू डू. बट माँ जी, मेरे एग्ज़ाम्स 1 महीने में हैं. कपिल को पता है? पार्वती आस्क्ड. हाँ माँ जी, मैंने बोला था, पर सब बाबूजी से बहुत डरते हैं. उसीलिए मैं वो स्टोर रूम में छुप के पढ़ रही थी. वो फ़ोन भी मेरा थोड़ा पुराना है ना, तो नहीं तो मैं उसी से पढ़ लेती. मैं सच में सीए बनना चाहती हूँ माँ जी. आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू. Parvati thought back to herself. She could clearly remember what had happened 30 years back. The young 18-year-old doe-eyed Parvati had so many dreams when she had gotten married to Shiv. She had wanted to pursue bachelor's in literature. But Shiv said, घर का कौन ख्याल रखेगा? पढ़ाई वढ़ाई वो करते हैं जिनके घरवार नहीं होते, हस्बैंड नहीं होते. पैसा अच्छा खासा आ रहा है घर पे, पढ़ाई की क्या ज़रूरत है? नो नीड. And that was the end of the discussion. That was the end of any dreams the young, innocent, naive Parvati might have had. Now, when she heard Surabhi mentioning her dreams of a CA, of becoming a CA, Parvati shied and kept quiet. Her dreams had been killed because she did not have anyone to fight for her. But Surabhi had Parvati. The way Maa Shailaputri had changed into a mountain and kept protecting the cow in Himalayas from the demoness Tarika, she would also have to change form if she wanted to protect Surabhi and her dreams. The next day, Parvati bought a new phone for Surabhi. ये लो, Parvati whispered. अब से किचन में बैठना और सिर्फ पढ़ाई करना. थोड़ा सा आटा माथे पर लगा लेना. अगर कोई आता है ना, जल्दी से खड़े होकर ऐसे प्रिटेंड करना जैसे यूट्यूब में कोई रेसिपी देख रही. मैं ऑलरेडी चंदू को बोल चुकी हूँ, वो सब संभाल लेगा. मैं और चंदू घर का हर काम संभाल लेंगे. तेरे ऊपर कोई फोकस नहीं रहेगा. जस्ट दैट बाबूजी या कपिल किसी को कुछ नहीं बोलेगी तू. आई विल मैनेज एवरीथिंग, यू स्टडी. द जॉय in Surabhi's face was worth it. The next 30 days passed off in an instant. Every day, Surabhi would feel so grateful that she had a chance, an opportunity to live her dreams. Now the real obstacle came. On what pretext would Surabhi be out of the house for all of those exam hours and for 8 days? Parvati kept thinking to herself. Then one day, when they were drinking their tea at 5 p.m., Shiv was in a good mood. सुनो ना, मैंने इतनी प्रेयर की थी कपिल की शादी के लिए, इतनी मन्नतें मांगी थी. मुझे वो सब अभी फुलफिल करना है. नेक्स्ट 1 महीने ना एटलीस्ट 8 मंदिरों में 8 पूजा तो मैं कराऊंगी. ज़रूरी है ना, मन्नत मांगी है. और सुरभि को थोड़ा लेके जाऊंगी. पार्वती सेड. शिव नोटेड. And that's how Surabhi's exam got completed. Parvati heaved a sigh of relief. and the smile and the glow on Surabhi's face increased even more. 2 months after, Parvati was making tea in the kitchen when Shiv started screaming suddenly from the drawing room. What is this? ये हमारी सुरभि का फोटो टीवी पे क्यों है? पार्वती, यहाँ आओ. Parvati rushed into the drawing room. The TV screen showed local girl Surabhi secures rank 35 in CA finals. The disbelief and the rage on Shiv's face was worth it. Just then, Surabhi rushed in, her eyes red in happy tears and her lips bent upward. All those tears were just for Parvati. This time, Surabhi touched Parvati's feet first, not Shiv. That day, Maa Shailaputri had defeated Tarika yet again. Happy Navratri.